have you ever worked as a waiter or waitress in a restaurant? I'm sure you've got some stories. I do. I have a few stories. One of the ones that sticks out in my mind was when I was a teenager back in the 1970s. I worked at a place called Casa Bonita. I don't know if they're still around. I think maybe one or two of them might still be around. I'm not sure. But they had it was kind of like Pancho's, where the customer could come in and sit down, and they would go through a menu to see what they wanted, and through the line first and got served, and then you went and sat down. But if you want, it was an all-you-can-eat type thing. So if you wanted more of something, let's say you had a couple of tacos and you were still hungry, you could raise up this little flag on the table, and we would see it and go over there and bring you what you needed. Well, anyway, there was all kinds of silliness and funny things going on behind the scenes in that place.
Run like an efficient web.
But this one particular day, I was waiting on a family of like 8 people.
Here you go, sir. Once again, hope you enjoyed everything.
I know how it is to wait on people and work for them. They leave a huge mess and no tip. I know how that is. So if any of you guys and girls have experienced that, I sure did. I did on more than one occasion, and it makes you feel so bad. It makes you feel like you didn't do good enough, or you just it just leaves you with an empty feeling. It did with me.
Not a tip. Oh, they know.
This one particular day that I was waiting on this family of 8 people, I didn't know that, and it was kind of late at night. I forget, maybe 10-ish, 11 at night. We used to stay open till midnight on Fridays and Saturdays. This one particular day, just nothing was going right. I was waiting on these people, and they were raising the flag all the time and ordering and reordering, and their kids were screaming and running around, and it was just nothing was going right for me anyway. They were having fun, but I wouldn't.
How is everything, guys?
Everything's perfect.
They were one of the last tables in the restaurant to leave, too. That was one of the things. So I'm waiting on these people, and little did I know that back in the kitchen, there was a food fight going on. I was taking some dishes that I got from their table so I could take them into a table in front of this machine called Hobart. It was a dishwashing machine, and I was going to leave them there in front of the machine so I could clean them later. But I didn't know there was a food fight going on. That there was a couple of the cooks got mad at each other, and they were throwing food. And this was late at night, and we were about to close, so they didn't care. And I walk in there, I'm still waiting on these people, these 8 people at a table. And Casa Bonita made us wear a white shirt, black pants, and black shoes as a waiter. And I think the girls had to wear something similar. Anyway, I also had to wear this stupid pink badge that said, "I smile for you." And I had to walk around with this fake smile on my face all day long. It was ridiculous. To me it was, but so I take these dishes into the kitchen and leave them by the Hobart. And I turn around, and just the split second that I turned around, splat! I got pelted with kind of ice cream cone shaped butter dishes, but not the dish, just the butter. And here's all this yellow butter all over the front of my white shirt, and I had to go back out there and wait on those people. It was just humiliating. It was embarrassing. It was funny at the same time. I mean, I was watching those guys in the kitchen go at it, and it was just hilarious. Let me know down below what you have come across. I've got other stories that I just haven't thought of yet, but there was all kinds of silliness and craziness going on in restaurants that I worked in back in the 1970s. The 1970s were,
It's a must that everyone act as a team.
I don't know how to describe the word, I don't have the right word for it right now, but as I go on and make these videos, you'll find out how silly the 1970s were compared to today. I mean, today we have all this chaos going on, and there was some of it going on back then, but there was so much silliness. It was I have to talk about it because there was just so much silliness and craziness going on back then. Anyway, if you wouldn't mind, hit like and subscribe. Come back and join me next Tuesday, and I will have another subject to talk at.